Back with another video. The beginning of the weekend. What better way to start it? I hope everyone's doing good. Hope y'all got some decent plans this weekend. Be good, boys and girls. Be good. Oh yeah. Topic of this video. Let's make this quick, short, and to the point, and informative. Being ripped versus being shredded. Alright. I feel I have an obligation to share this information with everybody since I've been in both conditions. I've been big, I've been ripped, and I've been shredded to the bone, okay? With my background, being a competitive bodybuilder, and by the way, I have not competed since 2014 because simply I decided to take some time off from extreme dieting and being at a low body fat percentage, which is something I'm going to touch on as well when it comes to getting ripped or being shredded, okay? So let's talk about what the differences are, all right? The differences. When you're ripped, your abs show, you got the striations in your shoulders, you may have a Christmas tree showing, and some definition in your legs, okay? That's pretty much being ripped. Now being shredded, on the other hand, you have striations in the shoulders, the triceps, the glutes, the quads. You pretty much have feathers all over the place. Your body resembles an anatomy chart. That's the difference between being ripped and being shredded. Now, most people who are ripped are between the 8 to 10% body fat, okay? So if you're looking to get ripped, that's probably the optimal range that I would aim for, about 8 to 10%. That's where I'm comfortable at. That's where I would prefer to be. But if you're looking to get shredded, looking at a body fat percentage that's pretty much between 4 and 6, okay? And I know that 6 isn't that far from 8, but there really is a difference. If you take a guy who's 8% and the guy who's 6%, you can clearly see the difference between those two. But we're talking extreme, so we're going to say 4% to get shredded because everyone wants to be as lean as humanly possible when it comes to competing. Everybody wants to win, but not everybody wants some of those side effects either that come with it. Mind you, I am talking to guys who are drug-free. I'm not talking to guys who are enhanced. If you're enhanced and you're watching this video, this doesn't apply to you. You can still watch it. I don't mind. I got love for you guys too. Anybody who lifts iron is okay with me. But I'm talking to the guys who are natural. What I want to do is tell you some of the pros and cons to being ripped first. Alright, first pro to being ripped. You're marketable. Let's keep it real. When you're lean, you look desirable. You sell. People want to look like you. A lot of people who you see on Instagram and YouTube who have a strong following have a lean physique. So being ripped can make you pretty marketable. So you could potentially get yourself out there just by having a nice lean physique. Another pro to being ripped is self-confidence. You just feel good. You don't mind going to the beach, taking your shirt off. You don't mind being that guy in the gym who takes his clothes off when he trains. Your confidence is just through the roof when you're ripped. Another pro, it's pretty safe to say that you're probably at the healthiest body fat percentage that you could be at, okay? Which is, we're gonna talk more about that when it comes to getting shredded. Some cons to being ripped, I can't really think of any legitimate cons, other than your energy levels may suffer if you're dieting. But if you've already gotten to the desired body fat that you were seeking, you should be on a maintenance plan and your energy levels should be climbing back up slowly but surely. All right, pros to being shredded. All right, if you're not competing in a bodybuilding show, I just want to put it out there that you should not be aiming to get shredded. You just shouldn't, okay? Because a lot of sacrifice comes with that. And I'm going to explain what some of those sacrifices are in a few minutes. But a pro to being shredded is the judge's eyes are going to go straight to you. because you have the look that they want. So the likelihood of you placing high in whatever division or class that you choose to compete in is pretty high. Another pro to being shredded is the pictures. You know, we all like to take pictures, and it's nice to look back on those pictures to see just how far you've pushed yourself in the gym, just how far you've pushed yourself on your nutrition. Always a good memory to look back on. Now, on to the cons. The lowest body fat percentage I've ever been is about 5%. And I looked phenomenal. But to be honest with y'all, the side effects were just way too much for me to handle, okay? When I was that lean and that shredded, my energy levels were down in the dumps. I was tired all of the time. I was irritable. I couldn't focus that much. It was affecting me as far as like being able to do my job effectively and be productive throughout the day. All I wanted to do was lay down and just sit down and rest. And here I am looking like an anatomy chart, but my energy levels were like just extremely low. I remember there was a time where I was on the couch and my wife had to help me off the couch because I couldn't get off the couch. I literally could not get off of the couch. I was that tired. I was that lethargic. It was awful. The sex drive was pretty much diminished. That was like, you know, non-existent. Libido down in the dumps. I mean, it was like I didn't even want to think about it, you know, let alone do it. It wasn't even on my mind, because when your body fat percentage is that low, it's dangerous because your testosterone plummets as well. If you're not taking drugs, that is. If you're taking drugs and you're injecting artificial testosterone, then you really shouldn't have that issue. It should probably be the other way around. But like I said, I'm talking the naturals. But after the dieting and I went to the show, ended up taking second place in 2 divisions, I'm like, man, you know, I have to ask myself, is it worth it? Is it worth it to get to this body fat percentage, but to sacrifice so much of my life just for a moment on stage? You know what I mean? I love competing, but at the same time, I don't like the criteria. I really don't. I don't like what the judges expect of competitors. It's not healthy. It's not sustainable. And I just think that people can look phenomenal without looking like death. You know what I'm saying? So for you people out there who have never competed before and you're natural, I want you to think about that for a second, okay? If you get as lean as they require you to get on stage, just know that you're going to be sacrificing a lot, okay? You're going to look phenomenal. You're going to look the best that you've ever looked in your life, but at the same time, you're going to pay a big price, okay? And I know some people who don't even bounce back after those diets. You know, the testosterone levels still stay low and they have to go get injections. Thank God that wasn't my case, but there are some severe cases out there, you know, mainly with the people who do shows back to back or whatever the case may be. So, but I just wanted to give everybody some insight as to the differences between being ripped and being shredded. You know, when you're ripped and you're at about 8 to 10% body fat, that's healthy. You should be feeling pretty good. Like I said, the confidence is there. You should be functioning just fine, because that is considered to be a desired body fat percentage for athletes or for people or for recreational lifters. But the medical field says that an adequate body fat percentage is 15%. And that's just too high. If you're a bodybuilder, then you know what I mean, okay? So I hope everyone has a blessed day today, and that you took a little something from this video, and hopefully it'll help you with decisions to make in the future as to maybe you want to compete or maybe you don't want to compete. You know, I just want to tell everybody that there's a price to pay if you're natural. And a lot of people don't tell people that, because I'm not trying to scare anybody, but at the same time, I think it would do people a disservice if I never opened my mouth about it, especially about my own experience with it as well. So be sure to like the video, comment down below any content that you guys want to see. I'm at work right now. I'm about to go in here and train a couple of people, maybe train some arms as well. And I'll get back to you guys soon with some more content. Subscribe to the channel. Peace.